Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm joined with and the new interim IBF lightweight world champion of the world, Raymond Muratalla. First and foremost, how does that sound? I know you had it in the ring, you had it, a week across, but just to continue to be introduced as a guy who's got some hardware now in the division, how does that sound?
Sounds good, man. It sounds about right. Feel like I put a lot of work into this, man. So it feels great. Feels great to be honest with you.
Talking about the fight, not saying I didn't know that you didn't have that in you because I've seen glimpses of you boxing and maybe didn't really have to pull it out. But you showed another side, not being essentially the aggressor, having to be the guy that chases down a guy, showing patience, but that was pure boxing, setting up your right hand uppercuts. Just talk a little bit about the game plan, how you were able to make that such a dominant performance.
I mean, I think he was just a guy that I was able just to pick apart. He didn't really open up too much at a high guard. So I was just finding openings and just picking them apart really. And like I said, I still feel like I still got a lot more to show the boxing world. So that was just a little bit of what I have.
Do you feel like going into the fight, your IQ was underrated, because people were so used to you either taking on guys who are very slippery, who obviously would make anybody have tough fights like Tevin Farmer did with Zepeda. But you're typically just knocking guys out. So when you were able to display some of that patience and not having to go after a guy, do you think that the boxing world will give you respect from Saturday?
I mean, I think it's just a different just different style that I brought.
Mhm.
As far as IQ, I mean, I know I got a high IQ, man. I can switch it up when I want to, and I can adjust when I want. But I mean, as far as showing the boxing world, I mean, I guess, man, if they see it as that, then that's that.
You know, um, this is obviously the part where I run down the list of every name, as any media member would. But first guy that makes sense is Vasily Lomachenko, which is up in the air. We don't necessarily know what will become, but I'm sure like that's the first, if you had it anyway, that's the guy that you would want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the mandatory, so hope we can get that on. That'd be an honor to fight him. Everybody knows him, so I think that'll be great for me, and hopefully we can get that one going. And that would be that'll be special for me to have him on my resume.
And with some of the potential news that he may not because of certain assets or certain things that I think he's releasing or going about, that would elevate you. And I know last time we talked, there's always that feeling of wanting to take the belt from a champion, but certain politics or certain circumstances kind of prevent that. So, there's undisputed unification bouts. I guess going with the name that could potentially make sense because you guys are in the same stable. We talked about it a billion times, but Keyshawn Davis, he spoke to me a couple weeks ago. He said he would be down to fight you. Um, he wouldn't be down to fight for the belt because he feels like he doesn't want to pay sanction fees and other things. But would you want to go fight him for the WBO and unify?
100%. Like I said, man, I'm ready for any of those guys. I'm not gonna say no to any of those guys. So I'll be ready, man. I mean, if Lomachenko doesn't go through, then whoever, I'll be ready for, bro. Whoever they got for me, I'm ready for. I'm not saying no to none of them.
I mean, I think. Bomac went through Robert Garcia's gym not too long ago, and they're very respectful to each other. But this would be such a huge high level fight with two of the top talented guys in the sport, with two coach of the years. I mean, is everything that you can dream of. Do you see that fight being something that would have to build up, maybe one or two in between, or would you just immediately go right into it at a pretty good venue?
I mean, maybe I'm not really sure. That's the job of Top Rank to try
Hmm.
to come together and get that going. I think that would be a huge fight, and I think the fans would love to see that, and I'm with it.
I know you've been vocal. Shakur Stevenson is obviously out there fighting Zepeda, and Tank's obligated potentially of wanting to get that Roach rematch out the way so that he can maybe have a Jake Paul fight. But those two other fights, do you even think those are even possible just because of the landscape of boxing, or do you feel like maybe Turkey or some of the merging that's happening in boxing can actually get you those other fights if possible?
I think so. I think so. I think if Turkey might get involved, I think those are definitely possibilities. And that's what we want, man. We want nothing but great fights for the fans. So any of those fights, man, I think any of those will be great for me.
I might exaggerate this, but there might be a potential that you might fight on the moon or fight at a theme park or something extravagant. And I know that a lot of the fighters from that week, Ryan spoke highly, like it felt like kind of like a COVID event, and I know that you experienced that, but would you be open to fighting at some sort of crazy, extravagant event, knowing that kind of some of the circumstances that kind of went by?
I mean, I think it'll depend. Now, I want nothing too crazy either. That's gonna throw off my game. But um, but I'm sure they'll make something right.
Did you feel like the fighters were not fighting according to their normal style because maybe they were thrown off the game that like the Devin, some people said he was running or they were saying
Yeah.
Ryan wasn't, performing or just Tio and Barboza, just overall, like what was your thoughts on that whole entire thing?
I don't know. Maybe it could have been. It could have had a part that was new to all of them. So I mean, have you talked to any of them? What did they say about it?
I mean, Ryan said that he felt like it was off, like it felt kind of weird. It was
Yeah,
and Tio put on social media in a video that kind of like it's not what he kind of expected as well. Just kind of a different atmosphere. I mean, on paper it sounds great, but I'm sure that they probably would have preferred in a normal boxing setting.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, those guys are just 5 pounds ahead, not jumping ahead. But do you even see yourself entangling with some of those guys? Well, I know Broly and Ryan went to 147, but at any point in your career, do you ever see yourself rumbling with any of those guys at some point?
Yeah, down the line, of course. I think 140, 147. I think down the line, I'll definitely be running to those guys.
Just going back to your night, I mean, obviously you got your win and just kind of on a personal side, like what did you do to celebrate? Because I know that after a long training camp, it's probably something that probably isn't asked often. Like, what did you eat? What did you do? Where'd you go? How did you celebrate that awesome feeling?
Um, Honestly, just I got a lot of family and friends that came down to support. So back at the hotel, I was just around them, just taking pictures and just hanging out with the family and friends. Um, they brought some pizza, so I had some pizza, but mostly just hanging around with the family.
Did you feel like a good weight was off your back? I mean, I know the job's not done, like Kobe would say, but just knowing that you're part of this, I'm gonna have to fight Lomachenko, or if not, then I'm gonna unify and make some big money. Has that completely settled in yet, or it's just another day?
I mean, felt good. It felt good tonight. It always feels good to win. But like you said, it's still more to go. I still want more, and I'm still headed for greatness. So take a take a little rest and right back to work.
Awesome. My last question is, I know that you've been extremely active. Are we planning to see you get back in the ring anytime soon, or is this just something that we just have to wait and find out from Top Rank?
Yeah, this is something we're gonna have to wait because they haven't told me nothing yet. So just a waiting game and hopefully, man, I love to stay active, love to fight, I love to put on a show for the fans. So hopefully you guys see me soon.
Awesome. Before I let you go, what do you want to tell the fans after that pretty dominant performance, and especially that uppercut? I mean, I didn't know that you can throw a deadly uppercut like that, but just
Yeah.
was able to display something like that in front of the world, and now I'm being part of the big picture.
Yeah, I want to let them know I still got more. I still got more in me. I still got a lot more skills to show. And I think with these next upcoming fights, you guys gonna keep seeing me at my best, and I appreciate all the support so far.
Is there a chance that we might see you at one of these fights? Maybe Shakur Zepeda, Roach Tank, or Keyshawn Davis in the crowd just smiling with the camera on you?
Probably not. I'm being
It's,
honest.
it's fair. Enjoy your time.